Goodbye jobs, hello mom and dad, say young adults. New story. Many young adults are turning to an old standby to weather the recession, moving back with mom and dad. So although they go out to clubs at night and they have the gelled hair and they look cool, they're really going back to the same room that they were in before they went to college. Instead of looking for a job and making their mother and father's life a little easier, they're busy getting stoned in a nightclub at night, looking for sex. You hear this? So maybe I should ask that question, since it's Family Week on the Savage Nation. Might be more fun than all the news. You can puke from the news. You can get sick from it. You get crazy from it. You can actually get ill if you look at the news, like I have to do every day. So I'll focus on goodbye jobs, hello mom and dad, say young adults. We're talking about kids that went to college. I don't know what they majored in, probably SOS 101 or poli-sci. Whenever you hear SOS or poli-sci, you know that they're going to be barristers. It's a new word for a coffee. And look, when I go into a coffee place and as a young person, you think I sneer at them? I don't. But please, don't ask them their opinion on world affairs. Do me a favor. Don't ask their opinion on anything for that matter. They're still in diapers. They may look like a man, but they're still in diaper. They're still in diapers. How old were you when you had your first kid? 24, 25, 26? I had 2 kids before I was 30. I was working 3 jobs. Okay, I didn't ask for a handout from the government. I didn't go to Aunt Sam and say, give me a check so I could go out at night with gelled hair. I also wanted a new Porsche with a bib on it in 1982. But you know what? I said that's not that important to look like a moron driving around with a Porsche with a bib on it. Nothing against a Porsche nor a bib. My children needed a bib, not a Porsche. I had my priorities right. Now, 1 in 7 parents with grown children say they had a boomerang kid move back home in the last year, according to a study released by the Pew Research Center. So if the liberal Pew Research Center says it's 1 in 7 of a grown kid coming back home to be a goon in the bed again, a grown goon who probably doesn't get up in the morning, I guarantee you they stay in bed till 11 waiting for the mother to bring them a cup of coffee. Oh, at a rough night, yeah. Well, but this is typical in Italy anyway. I mean, there's nothing unusual about it when you think about it. Many parents like having a grown-up and a child there. They love it. It's sort of a Munchausen by proxy thing. You know, like you heard about Munchausen by proxy, didn't you? The mother, it's usually the mother, who creates symptoms in a child. They want the child to be sick. They actually make the child sick in order to have a sick child around. That's a Munchausen by proxy. Now, I don't know what name I could give adult children, 18 to 29, who no longer live alone, but they've gone home to mom and dad. I don't know what you'd call it. I wouldn't call it Munchausen by proxy. I'd call it deadbeat by proxy. Maybe the parents turn them into a person who can't make a living. But that's the sign of the times. You got a kid at home like this, you want to talk about it? You want to talk about the fake global warming, and Al Gore should be running and hiding right now? He should actually be running out of America right now. Now that Al Gore has been found out to be the biggest fraud artist in over hundreds of years, he makes the alleged 5 mafia families of New York of yesteryear look like paupers compared to what he's gotten away with, this guy, in my opinion. The man is a complete and total faker. You remember the one of the polar bears on the ice floating? A staged event. There's as much ice on the earth today overall as there was 50 years ago. But your child, your delicate young lotus blossom child, who you raised as a vegan, who doesn't eat anything with a face on it, believes in global warming, believes Obama is the Messiah, believes this, believes that, starves herself to death with vegan diets she doesn't understand, deficient in various vitamins, her brain chemistry is off day and night, doesn't know a thing, but she's convinced she knows about global warming, she knows about war and peace, and she even knows about love and marriage. Even though she has no love and marriage, even though she has no peace in her heart, even though she knows nothing about global politics, she's been brainwashed by the liberal establishment into believing she knows all of these things. Anywho, here we are. So boomerang kids who don't have to come home for Christmas. Well, they do. They walk from their bedroom into the dining room. 1 in 7 parents with grown children say they had a boomerang kid move back home in the past year. Boomerang kid. College grad no longer finds a job in an apartment. No one looks to get married. They don't buy a Wendy Wang dress, whatever her name is. No more Manalo shoes. Instead, they're back what they left behind before college. It's sad in a way.